Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all know who this is? This your boy, Rob Thomas Jr., and this is the real news behind the news. Oh, yeah, man, today is a somewhat beautiful, somewhat overcast Friday here in Shreveport, Louisiana, May 31st, 2024. And again, I'm going to be the one to give you all step-by-step details of what's going to happen up until this election. I'm gonna go out on a limb and tell y'all what's finna happen in this upcoming election. Now, unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you know yesterday Donald Trump, former president of the United States, was found guilty on 34 different counts. They gave him 34 charges and they found him guilty on 34 charges. That shit don't even happen to Negroes. So you know what's happening is called the word for the day, boys and girls, is election interference. Keeping it real, I know a lot of you black people not gonna like it, but guess what, black people? Do you realize that 60, at least 60% of black people right now had already planned on voting for Trump? And guess what? Every convicted felon on the planet in America, every convicted felon in America right now that's able to vote, guess who they gonna vote for? Not to mention the mega people, the MAGA people, the people or Trump's Democrat. I mean Trump's political base. But guess what? The Democrats just handed Donald Trump this election, y'all. Because everybody, put it like this, you got to be a retarded, ignorant ass person to not understand that the Democrats know they could not beat Trump in this upcoming election. So they weaponized the Justice Department. So I know some of you stupid ass Negroes gonna say, Nick, that's just a talking point from Fox. No, that is the reality. Guess what, y'all? The United States government overthrows elections in other countries every day. They are skilled at overthrowing and interfering with elections. So what makes you think they can't overthrow and interfere with an election here in America? Now, the significance of this is, again, even though this is the only way the Democrats are going to have, and keep in mind, I know a lot of y'all think I'm a Trump supporter and follower. That's the farthest thing from the truth. I just believe in the truth. And I am going to vote for Trump on this one, y'all. Because you're Democrats. Who is it that's starting all the wars right now? It's not the Republicans, y'all. It's the Democrats. Who is responsible for this inflation that's going on in your grocery stores? I know y'all might not want to hear it, but go to the grocery store and try to buy groceries for a week. Especially if you're not getting food stamps. Guess how much that shit costs now? Prices are doubling almost every 3 weeks in America in your grocery store. The whole thing about it is the Democrats weaponize the justice system. Now y'all gonna say that was Fox News. Guess what? I don't even watch Fox. I've been watching Fox though the last 24 hours to see what they said. But y'all gotta realize the truth is what it is. There's your opinion, my opinion, and then there's the truth. The truth is the Department of Justice was weaponized to try to get Trump convicted of a felony. But guess what? It's not a felony that will not allow him to run for office. He still can run for office. So now the Democrats are trying to tell you, pay attention to what you're seeing on your news. The Democrats are saying, do you want to vote for a convicted felon? To me, as a convicted felon, that offends me, because what happens when a convicted felon change their life around and they are eligible to run for office? Are you niggas and you white folks, are you going to continue to hold something that a person did 10, 15, maybe 5 years ago, that they repented, especially to you Christians, if they repented and made amends for their sins 5 years ago, would you still hold that against them? Guess what? Jesus wouldn't. So I'm not trying to put it off on a religious or political tangent. I'm just giving you all the game. Donald Trump will be your next president, because this little episode that your Democrats, thank you Joe Biden is trying to win an election and just handed the election to his opponent. Because anybody, I'm going to be real. You got to have an IQ equivalent to a loaf of light bread. I mean, not even loaf of light bread, one slice of bread, to not realize that we're witnessing election interference, a coup d'etat. Everybody was talking about Donald Trump getting in office. He might not never let go. Let me show y'all how simple this thing is for Joe Biden to try to overthrow the whole government and not get out of office. All he got to do is declare that the United States is in one of those wars that we're fighting right now, which is in Israel or in Ukraine. Declare martial law. If he declares martial law, y'all, because we are at a wartime state coming up to the election, guess what? There's not going to be an election. Man, we in dangerous waters. We're on dangerous territory. You have just witnessed the greatest case of election theft and interference in American history. Because anybody with two brain cells in their mind, in their brain, understood what happened yesterday and what is happening now. Because think about it, that Donald Trump still got about 10 more cases against him. They're going to try to tie him up in court so much that he can't campaign. But every time they tie him up in court now, since what happened yesterday, guess what's happening? That's going to be tens of thousands of votes for Donald Trump. The one that y'all hated, the Democrats were so goddamn stupid that they gave him the election. Y'all stay tuned.